Oh, this is a great question. This comes from one of the patrons on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Joe, how would you turn CM Punk heel? Do you think it can be done? And how would you do it? This is a super, super easy one. You put CM Punk in a suit, first of all. The guy never comes out without the damn suit on. I also think he should not use the name CM Punk. He should literally start going by the name Phil Brooks or Phil. My name is no longer CM Punk, and to quite honestly, it hasn't been in a long time. My name is Phil. Philip Brooks. And you know what I mean? He could do the $ thing, almost like a JBL type of turn. You just have him go completely opposite. I think CM Punk is a very easy one. Now, maybe this is not a smart idea to some people. Maybe Punk would think this was pretty obvious and stupid. But, I mean, they've already done the cult thing and that sort of thing. So I think it's much easier to say, hey, guess what? I was out for money that all along. You know, why do I smile and say the things people want to hear? Because I know how to do it. I could be the mayor of this town. I could be the president of the United States. But, you know, I'd rather just show up here and make a lot of money off of stupid people. And that's what I've done for so long. And, you know what I mean? You guys are so easy. You want an ice cream bar? Ice cream bar. You want a blow-up doll? I'll make a blow-up doll. We'll sell. Doesn't matter. I could sell you guys anything because you're stupid. But now I can tell you all this because I'm set for life. All of you guys will work for life, will fight for life, but I am set for life. Where do you think this comes from? Cult of personality. I tell you guys what to do. I tell you how to feel. I tell you the way things should go. I say jump, you say how high. I say buy this, you say how much. And you know what? You're going to do it because, you know, you're always going to default to a leader. Weak people are always going to look for somebody to believe in. They're always going to look for somewhere to follow. And that's what followers do. And unfortunately, folks, it's not a big deal. It's not the worst thing in the world. Listen, 99% of the whole world are followers, okay? That's how we got a lot of the politicians we got nowadays and why things are the way they are. But don't worry, I'm here to save you guys, save all of us, but not in the way that I used to try to, you know. I'm really just here to entertain you guys and make a lot of money doing it. You see, a long time ago, I no longer believed in many of the things that I believed in, but I wanted to make money, so I pretended for all of you guys that I was that guy. And it's easy to fool stupid people, and sheep will flock, but, you know, and just go on, like, he could go on some kind of rant, you know, like that, and he could just be a guy where, you know, he wears a suit. He's a sellout. Basically, just think of, like, what's the biggest sellout of all time? Be that. Be the biggest sellout you ever could be of all time. Hell, you might even want CM Punk to pretend he's drinking. I don't know if he would ever do that. He may not. I don't know. But CM Punk sitting in the ring, and maybe even if he didn't drink, maybe just be a hypocrite. CM Punk could buy stock in a giant alcohol company or something like that. And he could be like, you know, basically play into this whole idea that, oh, he's a hypocrite. You know, he told The Miz no Saudi Arabia blood money, but now he's doing it. Well, the fact is, why did I say that? Because I was jealous at the time. Because I deserved that money, because I was better than him. Why would The Miz get paid more money than CM Punk? Well, yeah, because he's in the company still and I wasn't. But I left on my own accord. But it was disgusting to me that a guy like The Miz was making so much money off of the back of CM Punk. You know, often The Miz talks about, oh, I never get injured. I never da-da-da. That's because he's not that good, folks. He knows about 8 moves, you know, whatever. And I wanted that money. All right? And I got it. And that kills you people. It kills you people because you know that I deserved it more than him. He knew it. I knew it. And now I've proven it because I went over to Saudi Arabia and I made 10 times the amount of money that The Miz made and proved that I was right all along. I mean, the things that he could do and just be this complete And I know that maybe some people would say that's ridiculous. I don't think so. I would love to see Punk just 180. That's way down the road, right? Like, that's if Punk ever does turn back heel again. Granted, you could just have him sort of hybrid and be a badass and maybe be a little bit of a prick and be a hybrid, whatever the other word is for a tweener. I don't know. But, and maybe CM Punk is a guy that should never be heel again because he's just going to sell so much merch. He's just too liked. And I would argue that that's a potential, that CM Punk maybe too liked, kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You try to force somebody heel, it's just not going to work. Maybe the ship has sailed on this idea that I've got here. But you asked me how I would turn Punk heel if we had to turn him heel. I would just make him be legit the opposite of everything he is right now. But not necessarily. Like, I want him to play into those, like, hypocrisies. I want him to tell everybody that they shouldn't, that they're all, basically say, you know what, I've given up. I understand you guys. I get it. You all love to drink. You love to kill your liver, kill yourselves, kill your families. You all love to do it. I get it. That's why whatever they're selling, you're buying. And guess what? I love to make money. So here's the thing. I want you guys to try the brand new CM Punk vodka. Okay? It's called Touch of Punk, and it's available now wherever alcohol is sold. You're going to love it, and I'm going to make a lot of money off of it, to be honest. And just the idea that Punk is a straight edge, but he's selling alcohol. He's selling these people their deaths because he's given up on trying to say, here's how I live my life. Maybe you want to do the same, and here's why it's a good thing. Well, forget that. Here's how I live my life because I love myself. But all of you hate yourselves, and now I'm embracing that, so I'm going to sell you your own death. If you're going to kill yourselves, I'm going to make money off it. How about that? I would absolutely, I would write all these ideas down. How could you flip everything? CM Punk gets the Pepsi tattoo removed, and now it's a Coke tattoo. Whatever, right? I don't know, just do everything you could to be just a hypocrite and the opposite of what you think CM Punk has been and would be. And be all the negatives. Look for the negative things that people say about Punk. I mean, obviously, I don't want to dive too much into his religion. Some people do that. That's, it kind of could be a terrible thing, the way people, could say whatever they say about his religion. And his, greedy for money stereotype that I see a lot of hate and anger towards that stuff. But also CM Punk, I think, is like a Free Palestine type of guy. And I also think, he's like a, transgender, supporter and people who he supports, a lot of the woke ideology stuff. So just have Punk say, you have the right to do whatever you want to your body, and guess what? Your kids have the right to do whatever they want to their body. Why don't I have kids? Because kids are stupid. Parents are stupid. So it just I don't want to go into that too much, right? Maybe you don't want to touch those sensitive subjects on the WWE. But just take the ideas of the criticisms and the anger and the vitriol and the just some of the evil that people say about him, or that go too far about him maybe, and kind of become that, That way all those people that are really angry at him can say, see! And then they can enjoy being angry for real now. And then other people can sort of play into that too. I mean, I just think that would be the route to go with CM Punk turning heel. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think about CM Punk? Will he ever turn heel again? How will it happen? Can it happen? Is he Teflon? You can't do that. And if you could do that, would you do what I just said? Would you do more than that? Do you think what I said was stupid and they should just do something different? What do you think about CM Punk turning heel? Let me know in the comments down below. And please, I am begging you like a daddy begs his mama to click that like button because I need your support. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And if you drop a super thanks down below, you click that super thanks button and you throw me $5, I will pin it, like it, and draw a big old cock right below the message. So I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. Please reach out to me if you want Joe Cronin Show. At Meta World Online on Twitter, X, whatever it is now, and Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show, Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, and leave a comment down below. And also subscribe if you're brand new to the channel so you don't miss my other videos that are crazy. Here's some other videos popping up now that you might have missed.